Hi everyone, it's been a lot of fun. This is my last video on site, at least for this season. So it's been fun, thank you very much. So Curtis and I are here in the office reviewing plans for his berm shed umbrella so that he can have the thermal inertia, because he's had questions up until now, but now you've got them, or no?
I think I understand it well enough to be able to try to figure it out.
Okay, so on the forums, in a few of the threads, I've got drawings that explain the thermal inertia bit, and so that's the wall and a section that's generalized of an overall, and that's a Wofati, not a berm shed. And then so I actually drew out a top moisture layer, insulative layer, a lower moisture layer on this section berm shed. Please note, viewer, that this fascia here needs to extend all the way up here, or this this portion needs to be shrunk, because the fascia should encompass the soil, and it should be a downhill slope from the top here, the peak of the berm shed, down. And so not necessarily will you have this little swoop, I guess. And make sure that your moisture barrier protects your posts, lead it away. And this, I think, is the main point of confusion here in everyone's understanding of the thermal umbrella in the front of your structure, where it is that you're going to have your facade. In the Wofatis, pretend this is a Wofati, pretend this is a straight wing wall, like what Paul is designing for the Wofati 10x10, which is, its frame is only up right now. There's an umbrella in the front, an umbrella in the back, and an umbrella around the thermal mass, both left and right, and also that wraps over the top. But of course, because the ground is, or because the structure is integrated into the ground, there is not so much soil on top, and instead the mass is left and right. And so something that folks can look at is Jesse's work on Allerton Abbey, that's Wofati 0.7, where he has been working on the back patio, back umbrella. And the reason why, well, I would say that a quick reason why is because it needed working on, because the ground level was lower in the back than it was just feet from the back, so water was coming back toward the structure, and so that needed to be dug out. And to fill a portion of it, he used a lot of wood duff, is what I understand and hear it being called as. But he put a new umbrella in here, as well as a new deck, and it looks really nice. And he's got tons of pictures, so go check out Jesse's posts on Allerton Abbey at the threads at permies.com. And so hopefully we've settled Curtis's worries about how he's going to get this umbrella set up. And basically he can just wrap this umbrella to around on the masses, both left and right. So say this is his berm shed, this is the front facade with a door, and he's got retaining wall and a retaining wall, so call that a wing wall if you want, and call this a wing wall, and then a special retaining wall so that he can have a front porch that is not the same level as the soil right there at his face, basically. Say this is a 4-foot difference there. So he's got a one level floor, and this side is the low side of the slope. Notice I have this dotted line here as if it's the overhang. Here's the facade, and here's the overhang, and it wraps around each side of his berm shed, and then connects to the ground on this side. Well, he can have it to where this right here connects to the ground, and there's a slope down, because this side is actually downhill in his specific project. And then say this one connects to the ground a bit sooner. We'll just wrap that layer, this layer on the top, wrap it off the top of the building and back around and coat this. And another thing that we've been talking about, or a question that came up, is how is it that if he has a if he has an umbrella here, how is it that he sinks the posts here for his uphill patio, or his patio that's at a you understand what I'm saying? There's a patio here and retaining walls. How does he sink posts through the umbrella layer that's there? And I simply say add more layers of polyethylene, my bad, and go around it. You could pierce it, but you could also just go around the posts. So go and make the level that you're going to have for laying the polyethylene, and sink the posts, and then lay down your moisture barrier on top of that. Okay. Talk to you.